Hello, welcome back to another episode of Southern Football Clash. I'm your host, Justin Johnson. Today, I'm going to be talking about what teams can make the SEC championship. Oh, yeah, what two teams do I think are going to be standing at the very end? Or what teams could be standing at the end at the very end? Well, in order to do that, let's go through the SEC rankings. And first, let's look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss already got 3 conference wins. Yes, they do. They have been winning and winning very good. They have beat Kentucky, they beat Arkansas, and they beat LSU. But they got a test coming up this week, and that's going to be against the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, let's look at this. Georgia Bulldogs, okay. You play the Georgia Bulldogs. You don't have a loss yet. You have no losses. That's in conference and out of conferences. As a whole, total, no losses. Georgia is beatable. I think you beat Georgia. I mean, Georgia looks beatable. Then you got Oklahoma. Do I think you beat Oklahoma? Yeah, I think you beat Oklahoma. After that, you got South Carolina, who I think you could beat. You got the Citadel, who I think you definitely can beat the mess out of. Florida, I think you can beat them. And then Mississippi State, I think you could possibly beat them. So, I'm going to be doing this from a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being nah, 10 being yeah, most likely. So, for Ole Miss right now, I'm looking at you. Say you go and you miss, well, you lose to Georgia, beat Oklahoma, you still got 1 loss in the conference. But if you beat Georgia and Oklahoma, I think there's a good chance you go. So I'm going to give Ole Miss an 8. I'm going to give them an 8. I think they could possibly go to the SEC championship, even though, Lane Kiffin says he wasn't really looking, forward to it. But, I don't think he'd turn it down if he went. So there's Ole Miss for you. Now, who's number 2? Texas A&M. Texas A&M. Now, these guys right here have been playing very well. Marcel Reed, Le'Veon Moss. You got to really like this team. They really do good. They've been winning and winning convincingly. If you look at them, their conference wins have been Auburn, Mississippi State, and Florida. Okay, you're saying that's not that impressive besides Mississippi State. I get it. This weekend they got Arkansas. I think they'll beat Arkansas. LSU. I think they could beat LSU. I think Texas A&M's defense is so good that where LSU's offense has been having problems, I think that Texas A&M's defense will have a field day with LSU. I'll tell you that. Then they got Missouri. That should be a good game, but I think you can pull that one out. South Carolina, I think you beat South Carolina. I think you beat Samford, no problem. And then Texas, I think you can definitely beat Texas. So, Texas A&M. Let's see. You got LSU that's ranked. You got Missouri that's ranked. I think those are going to be in Texas. They're ranked. But I think your 2 hardest teams right here are probably LSU and Missouri. South Carolina, I think you'll be able to beat Samford and Texas. Arkansas, I think you're going to beat them, having Bobby Petrino now kind of head coaching it right now. They're doing good, but, you can say all you want about how Arkansas did against Tennessee, but Tennessee's defense just hasn't been, haven't been that great. Tennessee has been having to win shootouts. So I'd give you an 8. You would also have an 8 as well, maybe even a 9. The best, you've probably looked the best in the SEC. I should probably give you a 9, but I'm going to hold at 8, and we'll go from there. But I think Texas A&M has won a really good chance as well. Next, you got Alabama, Roll Tide. They also have 3 conference wins. And not only that, they have 3 ranked conference wins. And they're only one of the 5 teams that's ever done that in the SEC who has won 3 conference ranked games back to back to back. So I think that's pretty cool. I've seen a lot of Alabama fans, and they still want perfection. And, it's just not going to be perfected. You got to think this is not Nick Saban's team. they got a lot. They still got to work on the Missouri game. Could have very well lost that game as you did win it. The interception at the end got you to win. But a lot of these Alabama fans are crying. I seen when Ty Simpson threw his first interception, I went on social media, and the first thing I seen is people dogging on Ty Simpson. Can y'all not give a man a break? Kalen DeBoer or Ty Simpson, can you not give these guys a break? Because you guys just blow up. I mean, I don't think you guys understand how hard it is right now. But I don't think you understand how hard it is to have Alabama hasn't won 3 ranked teams 3 weeks in a row since 2016. Okay? So calm down a little bit. All right, Alabama, let's look at you. Alabama's been doing a lot better. Hey, Ty Simpson's been the guy. You really like this. Jam Miller got hurt. You're really hoping he's coming back for the Tennessee game. So let's look at Alabama real quick. Been really strong. All right, so Alabama. You got Tennessee. Yikes. Here's the thing about Tennessee. Tennessee has the most sacks in the SEC. Even though their defense hasn't been great, they're just like, hey, our backs ain't that great. Let's send, let's just send them in rush. That's because they've been blitzing. They'll be like, hey, we might not be able to beat you there, but we're going to get to your quarterback. So that's what Tennessee's been doing. But Tennessee can win a shootout. I'll tell you that for sure. So Tennessee, we'll see if you win that one or lose that one. You don't have a conference loss yet, so you're still undefeated in conference. South Carolina, I think you beat South Carolina. LSU, I think you could beat LSU. Oklahoma, that's going to be a close one. I think you could beat Oklahoma. Eastern Illinois, I think you got that in Auburn. I always say it's a 50-50 Auburn and Jordan-Hare Stadium. This is really hard for Bama right here just because they got such a tough slate. And, hey, you thinking Alabama's going to fall at any time because they just won 3 ranked games in a row. And now they got to do a 4th at Tennessee. So I think they could possibly, another loss could be coming. I think Alabama could be a 2-loss team and will be a 2-loss team, even though as an Alabama fan, I hate that. But you got to go where you see it here. So I'm going to give Alabama a 7. I give Alabama a 7 for making it to the SEC championship. I give you a 7. All righty. Not too bad, but still got a lot of work they can do. Next, Georgia Bulldogs. Hey, they've looked pretty good. They're they got a conference loss, which is to Alabama. And, trying to bounce back this week and playing Ole Miss. Lord of mercy. Ole Miss. Oh, that's going to be a close one right there. Look, Gunnar Stockton has looked good. Nate Frazier, Branch has looked good. Good receiver for him. This team is pretty stacked and done really good, and they're really good at halftime adjustments. Been really good for that. Ole Miss, they've been really good. So you got to play them next. I think that's going to be a close one. If you lose that one, it's going to be kind of hard because that's 2 conference losses. And Ole Miss, and you'll be losing to the top team in the SEC right now, and that'd be giving them another win, so that really hurts you. So Georgia, if Georgia wants to make it to the SEC championship, I think they got to start right here and beat Ole Miss. But next you got Florida. I think you can beat Florida. Mississippi State, I think you beat Mississippi State. Texas, I think you can beat Texas, even though they're ranked. They're not. I don't think they should be. Charlotte, yeah, and then Georgia Tech, don't know. That's always a 50-50 with Georgia. So give me Georgia. Give me Georgia. Let's do a 6. Georgia a 6. We'll do Georgia a 6. Now I know you're saying, oh, Georgia 6. Hey, don't worry. I think they could still make the college football playoffs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think it's kind of going to be kind of hard for them to make the SEC championship, given the other teams that are on top right now. So We'll go away from Georgia. Who we got next? Let's look at who we got next. After that, we got LSU. All right, we're going to look at LSU. Oof. They got Vanderbilt this weekend. I think Vanderbilt could beat LSU. I mean, their just defense hasn't, their offense, LSU's offense hasn't been clicking as good as everybody thought they would. Garrett Nussmeier has not looked great. Vanderbilt is going to be a tough opponent for you. Then you got Texas A&M. Ooh. Then you got Alabama. Ooh. Arkansas, I think you can beat Arkansas. Western Kentucky. I think you can beat Western Kentucky, of course. And then Oklahoma. LSU, hey, your slate is not done. It's actually just beginning for LSU. It's actually just beginning. You already got a loss to Ole Miss. That's your only conference loss. Vanderbilt, that's a tough one. Texas A&M, that's a tough one. Alabama, that's a tough one. And Oklahoma at the end of the year. So, Garrett Nussmeier, their defense has been great. Like I said, Harold Perkins, Wes Weeks have been awesome. I mean, you got some weapons on your offense, but it just hasn't been clicking. I don't know what's going on. Just hasn't looked good for them at all. People say, Nussmeier's been kind of banged up. Look, he just ain't been looking that good. So what have I got for LSU? LSU, for you to make make the SEC championship, it's going to be kind of hard for you to make this slate right here is going to be kind of hard. It's really going to show where you're at. So I'd say I'm going to give you a 4. Give LSU a 4 to make the SEC championship. All right. LSU a 4. Now, if they win those games, their chances go up dramatically. So next, after LSU, we got Tennessee. Yes, we got Tennessee. Tennessee, like I said, defense has been great, but they'll send it after you. Brazel has looked good. Joey Aguilar has looked good. This team has looked good. They've just looked really competitive team, and they like to, they want to be in a shootout because that is what they've been winning at. I mean, if you look at the past conference games, they put 41 up on Georgia. Georgia did beat them though. They put 41 on Mississippi State, and they put 34 on Arkansas. So they score, and they score high. Alabama, that's going to be your test. You got to go to Alabama. That's going to be a hard one for you. Kentucky, I think, can beat Kentucky. Oklahoma, Oklahoma's got a stacked defense, man. I don't know. That's going to be tough. New Mexico State, I think you can beat them. Florida, I think you can beat them. I don't know, though. It's always a contest between Tennessee and Florida, but it's only when Tennessee has to go to the Swamp, and Tennessee has to go to the Swamp this year. So who knows? That's kind of like a rivalry game right there. It pretty much is. And then you got Vanderbilt at the end of the year, which is going to be really tough. So where do I have Tennessee? Tennessee, at the beginning of the year, you look real good, but that defense got to step up a lot. But I think right now, at this time, I think teams who are who they are. So I'm going to say Tennessee, I'll give you a 4. I think you got a 4. I think I'll give you that to make it to the SEC championship. All right, next, Texas. And let me talk about this. Why is Texas above? Okay, whatever. Keep them right there. They beat Oklahoma. Vanderbilt, I think, is better than they are. I think Missouri is better than they are. Yeah, so I think Missouri and Vanderbilt should be higher than Oklahoma and Texas right now. Yeah, in the SEC rankings. So let's talk about Texas. Let's go over here. They beat Oklahoma. John Mateer was hurt, so I'm not giving them any credit for that. You got the crap beat out of you by Florida. So, yeah, I'm not giving you too much credit. You haven't looked great. People are like, well, hey, ours looked good against Oklahoma. He's looked crap all year. Maybe he's starting to figure it out. Maybe he is. Doubt it. But, they're playing Kentucky this week. Really going to find out how really good you are this week playing Kentucky, the worst team in the SEC. If this game is close, even close, yeah, it's looking pretty bad for you. So, but I think you'll beat Kentucky. Mississippi State, I don't know. Mississippi State looks as good as Texas is right now. Vanderbilt, I don't know. That's tough. Georgia, that's tough. Arkansas. Now Bobby Petrino got a hold of it. Looks like they could put up quite a fight with you in Texas A&M. Texas, I don't think you're going to make it's going to be kind of hard for. Yeah, I think it's going to be really hard for Texas to make the SEC championship, let alone the college football playoffs. So I'm giving Texas a 2 to make it to the SEC championship. Yeah, I just don't think you're gonna make it there. College football players playoffs looks even harder for you. So yeah, give me Texas a 2 to make it to the SEC championship because I don't see it happening. Next, Missouri. We're looking at Missouri right now. Missouri just lost a close game to Alabama. They look pretty good. They got to play Auburn this week. Top Russian in the SEC looked really good. So, got to play Auburn. They did beat South Carolina. That was a conference game. They did win. Auburn, I think you could beat Auburn. Vanderbilt, I think you're a better team than Vanderbilt. I think you beat Vanderbilt. Ooh, Texas A&M, that's going to be a hard one right there. Mississippi State, I think you'll win against Mississippi State. Oklahoma, I think you could beat them. And then Arkansas, I think you can beat Arkansas. So, Missouri. Auburn, I think you're going to win. Vanderbilt's going to be close. Texas A&M, they might beat you. Texas A&M might be the best team in the SEC. They might be. And then Mississippi State, I think, it's going to be a close game, but I think you win it. Oklahoma's close, but I think you win it. Arkansas, so if anything goes according to plan, I'm going to give you a 6. I'm going to give Missouri a 6 to make it to the make it to the SEC championship. I think that's going to be really, really good. That if they can make that, if they can win the games they need to win, they can do that and take some of these ranked games and turn them around. But, yeah, I'm going to say a 6. It's going to be tough for them, though. But Missouri has looked really good, so don't get me wrong. Trust me, I'm an Alabama fan. I know all about it. So, all right. Who we got next after Missouri? I think we got Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma. Let's look at Oklahoma real quick. Oklahoma got to play South Carolina this week. John Mateer's been kind of banged up. Really need him to get back better. So, with that being said, I think South Carolina could be a tough game, but I think you're going to win it. Ole Miss, that's tough. Tennessee, that's tough. Alabama, that's tough. Missouri, that's tough. LSU, oh my Lord, what a slate. That's not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. No, that is 5. I'm sorry. That's 5 ranked SEC games in a row. That is tough. Oklahoma looking at you. You lost to Texas. That was bad. You did beat Auburn. So, with that slate looking at right there, I'm gonna give Oklahoma a 5 to make it to the SEC championship. If they can win all of those, hey, they might be the best team in the SEC. But goodness gracious, that's a slate right there. You got to go through. But I'm gonna give you a 5 because I don't think you're making out of that unscathed, especially with John Mateer being hurt. We know hopefully he'll get back to where he needs to be for them. All right, so. After that, we got Vanderbilt. Oh, yeah, Vanderbilt. Look at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a tough team. I'm going to tell y'all that. They are playing LSU this week. Could you beat LSU? Yeah, LSU's pretty beatable. LSU's offense, like I said before, has been, not that great. So, Vanderbilt, hey, you could win that game. You did lose to Alabama. You did beat South Carolina, though. I think you could beat LSU. Missouri, that's going to be a tough one. I think Missouri is a better team than you are. Texas, I think you beat Texas. I think you beat Auburn. I think you beat Kentucky. And then Tennessee. Let's give Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia looks really good. He can't, got to watch this. I ain't heard no more trash come out of his mouth here lately, so. Let's give Vanderbilt a 6. Let's give them a 6 because it is going to be kind of tough with Tennessee, Missouri, and LSU. You got right there. So we're going to see. But can you win those games? I definitely think you can win those games as much as I think you can lose them. So give me Vanderbilt a 6 on the scale. All right. After that, who do we have now? All right. So these rest of these teams right here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you Florida, South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Kentucky. All these teams right here, it's looking bad for you. Because all of you, at least, y'all have 2 or 3 losses already in the SEC. So that is already hard as it is. Now, don't get me wrong. The rest of these teams could lose up to 2 SEC games because the rest of them still have a hard schedule to go through. But if we're looking at this, the next one that's highest up is Florida, and I don't understand why right now. That looks crazy. Ain't it Florida? Yes. So Florida. Let's look at Florida. Billy Napier probably gonna get fired. It ain't looking good. Mississippi State. Yeah, I think Mississippi State is gonna beat you. It's gonna be tough, but I don't think you're gonna beat Mississippi State, Georgia. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Kentucky, I think you can beat Kentucky. Ole Miss, Tennessee, no. And Florida State might also beat you. So Florida, give me a 2. I don't know. You've already got 2 conference losses. You got 1 conference win by beating Texas. So it's going to be hard. So give them maybe a 3 because they got a tough schedule. If they win out, yeah, go ahead. Got a tough one, but go ahead. But no, I don't see it. So I'm going to give them a 3, maybe. And then South Carolina, you got 3 conference losses already. I don't see you making it. It's like a 1 for me. Because if you're looking at, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now before I even look, because it's just you already got 3 losses. That's hard to look at. That's hard to even go on. I mean, you got Oklahoma next. Jeez, you got Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson. Yeah, I don't see you making it. You got a 1. You're not making it to the SEC championship. You're just not going to make it. I'm sorry. Just ain't going to be it. Well, in Arkansas, you got 2 losses, but I don't think you can, bounce back and win the rest of them. Just win out. I don't think that's going to happen. You got Texas A&M next. That's going to be tough for you. You're going to lose that one probably. Auburn, I think Auburn could probably beat you. Mississippi State could probably beat you. LSU is going to could beat you. Texas, I don't know. That's going to be close. I'm shooting Texas down. I'm sorry. And then Missouri, I think Missouri can beat you. So, yeah, give me Arkansas maybe a 2 if they can work it out. Just doesn't look good for the rest of them. Mississippi State, I think they should be higher because I think they're a better team than some people think they are. I know people have kind of went out on them. I think you could beat Florida. Yeah, I think you can beat Florida. I think you can beat Texas. I think you can beat Arkansas. Georgia, Missouri, Missouri. And Ole Miss. Let's give Mississippi State let's give them a 4. Let's give them a 4 because maybe they can go on a hot streak and beat Georgia, Missouri, and Ole Miss. I doubt it, but we'll see. That's if something crazy happens. And we have seen crazy things happen. But let's give them a 4 for Mississippi State. Let's give them a 4. And then Auburn, you already got 3 losses. No, that's like a 1. I don't care. You're not going to make it. And then Kentucky, the worst team in the SEC. You're going to get a 1 as well. And, yeah, so I don't see that happening for you 2 guys. You are definitely not going to make it to the SEC championship. But anyway, that's all I have for the day. I'm talking about the what teams can make it to the SEC championship. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for everything that you guys do. I'm trying to get, if you like this, hit that subscribe button. If you think I could do something better, if you don't like something, if you like something, please put it in the comments down below. I'm trying to get, up to 50 subscribers on YouTube. That way I can kind of start going live on YouTube so I can start going live. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Southern Football Clash, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.